going on? It's your boy M.I. Sizzle in the building. Y'all know what time it is, man. It's Tech and Talk. We about to get it in, man. Got a special guest here with us again today, Lee Van Dam. Y'all know what it is, man. We're going to be talking about royalty, all right? Hey, let's get him in over here, man. It ain't going to be talking about king that y'all know about, but we are going to be talking about some king and some queen shit. And just getting some new perspectives and stuff on it while we play a few games. Y'all know how we roll out here in the street. What's going on with everybody that's out here, man? We're glad to have y'all here with us. Once again, always a great time every time anybody shows up on the scene. I hope that you all enjoy yourself today. Looking to have you learn something as well as enjoy some good gameplay in the meantime. Currently, about to be getting it in. We got a match going on right now. Y'all know what it is, man. But we're going to get into it right after this. Oh, it's over. Okay, it's over. All right. What's happening? Listen, y'all know what it is. Your boy M.I. Sizzle in the building. We about to make things happen. Over here, say what's up to your boy Lee Van Dam. What's happening with your Lee Van Dam? That's the winning pose right there that y'all saw.
What's going on, everybody? What's going on, King?
What's happening?
Hey, man.
What's happening?
You know, I hear you're a king. I'm a king. Everybody's a king.
Hey.
Interesting.
So tell us what's been up with you since we last saw you, player.
Not too much, man. Not too much. I finished everything up, so we're legally married. Got that done. Knocked that out. Things have been going well. Businesses have been going well. Everything's been good, man. Playing some Tekken, playing some other games. If you're on IG with me at Mistrap Movement, then you've been seeing some Contra. You've been seeing a lot of fun mobile games. But I've got some Tekken on the way. I've got a new article I'm writing on Tumblr, just getting back into that. Just talking about love and other stuff that we'll hit on. But I'll talk about that a little bit later.
Okay.
Hit on that. But, yeah, things have been great, man. It's been really, really fun times.
All right. So what brings you by today? What you want to talk about today, bro?
Well, King, I mean, listen, the word on the street is everybody gets to be a king. Everybody gets to be a queen. And, you know, it just feels like, you know, royalty's not what it used to be. You can get it out of the candy shop, man. You can just go. You can go to the little king machine. You put your quarter in, twist the dial, and you get your crown. You know, I see it all the time. Social media, everybody's like, hey, man, you dropped this. I'm trying to figure out what this is. And, like, everybody's got that Burger King crown. So I'm curious because, you know, being a king, it used to mean a lot. And it just doesn't appear to mean the same things in 2021 as it used to. And I just want to know if we can try to make sense of it and figure out
how do we get here?
How do we get here, and can we really, really get to the royal place that we all claim to be at?
Okay. Yeah. Well, listen, when we think about some of the things that lead to us being considered kings and queens,
right?
When I think about it, a lot of times used as like an ego booster, right?
Okay, all right. Yeah.
You know, when you see somebody down in the dumps, you know, or you see them do something, I guess it's a way of being like showing homage, paying a little homage to them, saying like, hey, you know, you did your thing there, king. You know what I'm saying? You earned that right there.
Okay, all right.
That's one of the ways I've seen it used as a colloquialism. Also, you know, obviously, you definitely hear the hoteps. Shout out to the hoteps, okay? You know, the hoteps, they call everybody king and queen.
Yeah.
You could be doing all kind of crazy stuff, and you still get the king and queen title.
Right.
You know, just for being who you are, I guess. You know, that's all it takes to be king and queen over there at the hotep world.
All right,
but you know, it is what it is. We ain't gonna hate on them too bad. But we do. I do agree that, you know, it is interesting when you have the title just thrown away, thrown out, and just being used so cavalier in its usage. You know, I think this is something that we could touch on that definitely can be a point of discussion. You know, pretty interesting topic to bring to the table. Y'all know what it is, man. This is Tech and Talk, and we gonna get it in, man. right before your very eyes. Let's go ahead and get into these games and let's get this conversation popping as we proceed to get people what they need.
Okay, what's up, Jake? And your point's interesting. We're all kings and queens on the inside, and from a religious perspective, I agree as far as being kings and queens and priesthood, being devout Christian. I definitely believe that. But from the sense that the it's being used right now, the terms are putting people in places where, I guess the easiest way to explain it is a lot of people are acting above their pay grade, and then they're surprised at the lack of result, or they're surprised that the response is not what they've expected. And so I figure we should talk about kings and queens of the past, how they operated, their importance, what usually made people be able to see, oh, okay, that's a king over there, or okay, you could understand where the queen was coming from. And I think that would be important, just so we can define this thing, because if everybody is a king, then in that same sense, nobody's a king.
Exactly. Everything and everybody.
Yeah.
It's definitely it definitely throws a wrench in the importance of even having that title.
Right.
Which I think is something that we overlook a lot when we go to use, many talking points. When we think about many colloquialisms that we use, phrases we use. I mean, a lot of things nowadays lose their meaning.
Yeah.
And this is definitely no different. So let's get into historically. What have a king and queen been traditionally?
Okay.
Let's talk about the king.
All right. So there's some identifiable traits that we can talk about with kings historically. So normally, a lot of kings, they ruled a nation, country, province, or whatever. And in order to rule a place, you had to be in a position where you could afford to take care of that place. Because if you couldn't afford to take care of that place, why in the world would people listen to you unless it was either because you could provide for them or they feared for their life? You don't have too many other reasons to listen to someone else unless you're afraid of what they can do to you or you respect them. And typically you don't just respect people, that you don't necessarily know intimately just because they exist. You respect them because they've done something for you. You appreciate what benefit they provide to society, all those sort of things, right?
Indeed.
Next thing about a king that was interesting is that in a lot of areas, the king itself, it was a bloodline. It was very special. There's a few places where kings were elected, but that normally was not the case. So it wasn't a decision made by the people. It wasn't bestowed upon you just because. It was typically something that you had it, and with that title came a lot of responsibilities that you had to live up to. And if you didn't live up to them, well, people would revolt, and they would usually exile you, kill you. There were grave consequences for bearing the title of king and you not living up to it.
Okay, so
yeah.
Now when we take that, and I guess that definitely puts a damper on the way we see it used, because obviously in modern times, we're gonna hold off on that, right?
Okay.
Let's talk about the queens.
Okay.
What was the queen's traditional traits, responsibilities? What did it look like to be a queen?
Oh man, so queens super duper important to the kingdom, because usually queens in themselves, they were the king's personal PR. They always were working hard to not only make the king look good, but she was a lot of times the liaison between the public and the king, because the king would traditionally have a vision and the queen a lot of times would carry out policy. So you more likely would hear from the queen and hear from her council first, because she's taking care of a lot of the minor details. She's doing a lot of diplomacy
She putting in work.
She's putting in a lot of work.
She putting in work.
Yeah, yeah. And her job is very important, because if she didn't carry out the king's vision, a lot of times when stuff didn't have, rights like we talk about it now, if she didn't carry out the king's vision, well, it was off with her head. So, her job was also very important. No pressure either. No pressure. You just died. That's all. No big deal.
Well, I mean, that's a hell of a responsibility.
That's no big deal. You just out of here.
All right. So now, when we look at that, how do you compare that to like what you see today, right? Like when you think about every time you've seen the word queen thrown around or king thrown around, how do you think that it puts itself into perspective against? Well, how does it align itself against those meanings?
Okay, so
and those historical traits.
A lot of times I see the word king being thrown around when someone's made a mistake and someone's just trying to make you feel better about your decision, or something occurred. I'm not going to say it happened to you, because it may have been under your control, may not, I don't know, because I wasn't there. So after something has occurred and you're not in the best of shape, everybody's like, hey, you dropped this king, or always remember you king. It's like, I think that would be more appropriate if someone has already proven their kingship. And if we look at historically what it took to be a king, that means that you were doing well enough to be able to support more than just yourself, which I think people get the title of king and they're not even at that level yet in a lot of cases.
Yeah, I mean, traditionally, I think about a king and a queen in a situation of responsibility. That's kind of one of the big things for me when it comes to being a queen or a king and assuming those titles, especially when they're self-proclaimed, right? When they're self-proclaimed, it's like, okay, it's cool that you could have this confidence boost that you want to have for yourself. You might want to possibly increase, maybe self-confidence. And I mean, I'm never against that aspect of, trying to do something to better maybe your own mental fortitude about things. Yeah. But I do think it is kind of silly to assume that you are deserving of a title of such when, there's, like you said, there's nothing to complement that, or there's nothing that would put you in those range. Would never have a situation like I know I hear queen a lot, right? Yeah. That one's thrown around a lot. I'm a queen. Treat me like a queen. Treat me like a king. Sure. Sure. But a lot of the times, a princess mentality is what's instilled inside of this person. Yeah. And not really queenship. I know when we talked about the traditional roles of a queen and the traits of a queen, all of those things entail that there was something that she needed to do, right? There was something that came along with the territory that had to be taken care of, or, you lose that position. Right. Now, we're not talking about beheading anybody around here in modern times, but it would be interesting to see, how do they think about themselves in those terms when they're not looking to do any of those things. Right. Oh. No. Well, I mean, when someone tells me they're a queen, I'm immediately looking to find out who's their king. Because it is very rare to just have a queen out in the wild by herself. So that's one of the things that just hasn't happened. Typically, the queen is operating at her best when, she's handling things for her kingdom, which has a king in most cases. Indeed. There are a few examples where you have a queen operating on her own, but yeah, that's few and far in between. So based on that means that there's very few people that could operate as a queen if that's historically how it worked out. With kings, what I'm looking for is like, if you're a king, then, at whatever level you're at, you've already proven that you can take care of more than just yourself. So, you're typically taking care of a queen as well.
just like we were talking about before, I'm trying to figure out who are you normally trying to make look good for the public, because you're going to be the number one PR person for your king. You make them look better. You know, we talked about it, I think in the other podcast, we talked about how women, especially when they take care of themselves to the utmost, then whoever's with them benefits just from their presence, because the appearance that they give is outstanding, you know?
Oh. Indeed.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
you dropped something, King. Your combo.
Yeah, I did.
You dropped something.
I did. I saw it. Hurt my feelings. So, you know, in that context, so as soon as someone is a queen, I'm trying to find out who's taking care of them. And if no one's taking care of them, then I'm a little confused, because I'm like, well, that normally doesn't happen. And like you said, the responsibility issue, I know a lot of princesses that didn't have to be responsible for anything, but I don't know a lot of queens that aren't responsible for things. Actually, I don't know any in history that, you know, they've had a lot of things going on. A lot of policy they've implemented. And I think that goes into something, just a sidebar, about how when you look in the past, one of the most effective things that ever occurred in human existence has always been pillow talk. So when somebody needed something done, or when a queen had a great idea, she's the last person the king talks to before going to sleep. So, you know, in that instance, that's always worked out. You know, even when everybody wasn't working the same kind of jobs and it wasn't corporate and all that good stuff, ideas have always been transferred in the bedroom.
True.
It's always worked out.
And that's one of the strengths that I think gets overlooked. Actually, you know, I would like to do a show probably about that. You know, the makings of a strong woman that don't require her to have traditional masculine traits.
Okay.
That's something I always want to talk about, because I know I've asked that question before,
Right.
and I hardly ever get an answer from that question, which
Right.
is funny to me, because I would think it's pretty simple, but
Yeah.
maybe it's not as simple as I think. But going back to the topic, I do think it is interesting. One of the things that I know we talked about a little earlier, that I don't think a lot of people think about when they use these terms, right?
Right.
Especially when it comes to like being the queen of your domain.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's hard to be a queen and make a king. I don't know that I've ever seen it. You know, the closest thing I've seen is like you making somebody a duke, possibly. You know, I think about the Queen of England. I think her husband's
Prince Consort.
Yeah. So then he's not even living up to he's not even a king.
Yeah, he can't be king.
Can't be king.
Yeah, he cannot be king just by the way that their laws work, because if he was of the male bloodline, then he would be king simply because he followed the bloodline, and the queen would be second in command with how that works. Oh man, misstep didn't come out. That's all right though. You try to hit me with that again?
I tried to. I thought you was gonna go low.
That hurt my feelings, man.
Hey man, jumping for joy.
Jumping for joy. But yeah, so there's an interesting saying that says, when a king marries a woman, she becomes queen. But when a queen marries a man, he cannot become king.
That's true.
Cannot.
He can't multi-throw.
It is not it's not a possibility. Can't multi-throw. Can't have unchickenable reversals. Can't have palm strikes that are 9 frames for some reason.
Hey, we need those.
Can't have back one.
That's king shit.
Oh, that's what that is?
Yeah,
okay.
That's king shit.
Okay. Fair enough. But that's if you think about that, that tells you the power of how differently things operate. One side looks at elevating the other side, it's just not an interest. Because they have other things to be concerned about. When you have to be concerned about mainly taking care of and bonding with children, you can't be interested in the same kind of, I guess, elevating your man like people expect you to be. Oh man,
Good. Yes. I'm gonna go for it anyway.
that's rough.
Yeah, I mean, listen, that makes a lot of sense, and I mean, also when it comes to that king, real quote unquote king shit,
Yeah.
um, you know, not having being the head of anything, very difficult to be a king. I
Yes.
mean, what's a king without a nation? You know,
A
king
person.
without a kingdom is, just any other person.
Yeah.
And when you're using that term king, you would like to think that that has to have some domain
Right.
by which they're reigning over.
I
Right?
agree. I would expect when I hear someone's a king that they've got some responsibilities. They've got things that they're taking care of. They have people depending on them.
Yeah.
Because as a king, you got to make some hard decisions. You're not always liked. A lot of kings they're respected or feared. One of the two. But it's one of those things that there's a reason for that. They know that people know their lives are on the line one way or the other. The king is going to lead us to prosperity or is going to lead us to ruin. And so it's a very important job. It's a very important job. You don't want to downplay it, by just if you make a mistake, you automatically get one of the highest praises you could have historically get. Great power, great responsibility. That's what it is. Is that the same?
Yeah, with great power comes great responsibility.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Look for that Spider-Man to come out anyway.
I was.
Nice.
Oh, okay. You ready for me?
Oh, let's see what we can do here. Can we bring it back? Can we bring it back?
Oh no!
The jump slide.
The jump slide.
I do think one of the other things I think that's interesting is, when people assign kingship with in such a frivolous manner, it's kind of
Sure.
like, I mean, what are you really saying about this person? You dropped your crown. Okay, well, I dropped my crown.
Right.
For what purpose? Like, to what end is it impressive that you even needed to? To what end did I do something that left me at the high regard of a king?
Right.
My failure. I do understand that self-esteem boost or the esteem boost is there, but I guess almost to the whole point of the discussion, it's like, really, you can't. I guess you could fake it till you make it, but are you even making anything?
Right.
It's just a fake for no reason other than to fake it.
Well, yeah, and I can understand because there's always the point where you kind of have to act like you're in the job before you get the job. So I understand making kingly decisions before you get the title, but again, that means that you don't have the title yet, and you've recognized that, and so you operating like a king is not the same as you accepting the title.
You might be an armor king, but you ain't no king.
That's true. That's true. Get that jaguar fist.
Oh, look at that one. Nice.
Oh man.
Nice.
You might be the armor king. I like that one.
Hey.
So, okay. So we've got this term. We've got both of these terms that are being widely recognized for self-esteem boosts. Now, do you think there's something that we could replace these terms with, so that way they could keep the rarity and importance that should be going along with them? Because we know that not everybody can be king. If you play chess, there's one king and there's one queen. In chess, the queen is handling all the policy, so she gets to move everywhere on the board. Everywhere. Like, she has no limitations, moves in all directions. The king only actually can move more than one square one time. Tire game, castle. Outside of that, he's slowly plodding along. He has the vision. He's slowly moving wherever he needs to go. And who's carrying out who's doing all the legwork?
Well, That's good old queen, I believe.
The queen, yeah, the queen. So if you have the vision and you've got a great queen, the queen is handling a lot of what the vision's about. So, the saying that they've got behind every good man is a good woman, very true saying. Because you've got a lot of men out here where they know that whatever they're doing becomes amplified when they have a good woman that's on their game plan, that understands what needs to go on, clearly defined goals are set up, so they, they're on the tip. So with them being on the tip, oh, you tried to do me like that?
I tried to get
you tried to jump me like that?
I tried to get you.
Oh man.
Got him back.
Oh man. All right. So I think it's important to really, talk about the importance of a queen, because she is super vital, But it's not anything special until you have a game plan that you're operating on, and you're helping a king really realize his vision, because the vision is your vision. They're on one accord. Oh, that's what we're doing, Mike.
Yeah, hey, listen.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Oh yeah.
Oh no. Hey,
Oh yeah.
Drop your crown, King. Drop your crown.
Nah,
Drop your crown.
nah.
Oh no.
I still got it. I still got it on.
You still wearing that thing?
Oh yeah. The vision is strong right now. So I want to give a modern example, because you asked about that as far as kings and queens. So if you don't mind, I want to use you as an example, right?
All right.
Okay. So you're at home, right? People are over. Would you say that typically, if everybody's hanging out and something happens, like something's going on, is the first person to normally address it in the house you, or is it Kay?
Definitely going to be me.
Okay.
Unless it's noise, because she don't like no damn noise.
Right. Oh.
Oh, that was horrible.
Oh. Uh-oh.
I don't deserve to die like this,
Oh.
but I'm going to.
Yeah, you're going to die. Yeah.
That was bad news.
Yeah. So you address something. Now, for me, my wife, she normally is the one that executes policy first. And the reason being is, one, both men and women are going to listen to her. Because men, a lot of times, they don't want to look crazy in front of a woman in most cases. And so if it's reasonable, they're going to listen to her. And also, if a woman gets crazy, then you don't have any worries, because she's a woman. She can get crazy back if she feels like it. She can be like, all right, well, we see where this is going. And now if I have to get into it, then, somebody's head's getting chopped off. So we don't want that to happen either. So that's why normally my wife is the one that handles a lot of stuff when there has to be warnings, or, hey, we don't do this at this house, stuff like that first. But yeah, that noise, yeah, I see exactly what you're saying, because that noise thing,
Yeah, she gonna be on that now.
yeah, folks get tore up by that.
And I think that's just more or less just the interactions of the people.
Right.
But with that being the case, I do think that there's a lot of policy beforehand that goes into it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she definitely is the forerunner on that stuff.
Oh, she is.
She
Absolutely.
definitely
Yeah, absolutely.
And with that being the case, that is, I think that is, for me, that shows that it's even worth my time, right?
Yeah. Oh, can't believe I ducked that.
Hey man, listen. I do feel like one of the other aspects of a queen and a king situation, right? A lot of the times when you think about how a queen operates, right? If we do look at it in like a modern take on it, right?
Okay.
There are a lot of queen things, queenly activities that I feel like a lot of people don't even look at as being a queenly activity.
Okay. All right.
Like taking care of a household.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
Saying I'm a queen and then saying that you do dishes. Like a lot of people would not compute that.
Yeah.
Right? Being a king and working for your family.
Yeah.
For some people, that doesn't compute, right? Their only idea of royalty is being the top of all people,
Right.
right? And it's a very linear look at how king and queenship can be structured if you want to use those terms, right? If you would like to be using king in your title of description of yourself, it's like, all right, that's fine. Have no problem with you doing so. But can you provide a reason why we should?
Oh,
that was horrible.
oh,
That was good stuff. You have to have some context to it.
yeah.
Right?
I agree. And in a modern household, taking care of the house and keeping the house in a position to where both people do not have any stress because of clutter and other things that, normally affect people psychologically, which is if a house is not in good order, they've proven that can stress people out. Those things and creating peace in the house, creating the zen, the feng shui, all of those are very, very important queenly duties that most men, they take women on for those duties because they actually make the house, they make my job a lot easier.
Exactly.
When I come home to a clean home, it makes my job easier. When I wake up, there's a cooler with breakfast and lunch in it. Then, just like you were talking about the last time we spoke, not only does it make my job easier, but I actively appreciate my wife more because, she has saved me so much time that I'm able to devote that time to her. And I'm able to also devote that money to her because I don't have to buy anything. So, so there's a clear benefit as to making sure the house is in good order because that time and attention will go immediately to her instead of to having to be getting the house in order. So yeah, I know you talked about that last time, and I think that's so important. And people don't really consider that to be something that is worth writing home about. But that used to be the MRS degree. That's really why it's one of those things of why you got booed up.
Exactly. And helping you build can be, it can be more than that, right? It can be more than just acts of service.
Yes.
Having a wife that can help your game plan,
Yes.
put you on, everybody ain't a financial genius,
Right.
Sometimes you can take cues from the one that you're leading.
That's right.
And be advised by that person, right?
Right.
And those are queenly actions, right?
They are. If you're not good at accounting and you marry an accountant, then all of a sudden she's filled in all of your weakness. She's made it great. And she fills in the gaps. And she fills in the gaps and the vision is still the same. You now just have help. And that help is something where you can reward that help handsomely by continuing to take care of her.
Now I think that is I think really when it comes to being a king and using that title,
yeah,
I think we have a good grasp on how it can be used. I think a lot of the times what we run into in our particular society is understanding what those requirements are for a queen or for just a woman in general, right? Because just being a man ain't gonna make you a king. Just being a woman ain't gonna make you a queen, right? You have to. Oh, he might have got my ass.
Yeah.
Got my ass. Doing those things, being those things are just a state of being. They're
right.
not really. Being a king and queen are active.
Mm-hmm.
And to your point, sometimes you have to play the role before you get the role.
Right.
I think that probably where this discussion could go next is really trying to figure out how do we get there? How do I play the role before I get the role?
Oh, that's a great question. So, with king, so let's take the portion of king, which means that you get in a position where you can take care of more than just yourself, because then you can start to take care of a kingdom if you can take care of more people than just yourself. So for a lot of people, that will mean you may start off with a job, right? May not be the best job, but you start off with a job. And then after that, you may level up to 2 jobs.
Okay.
All right. Then you may say, hey, you know what? I've learned some skills. So one of these jobs, I might go into business for myself. So that way I can keep more of the money instead of having to split it with my employer. So now you've got 2 streams of income. Then you start learning about investing, or you start learning about franchising. And so you start helping other people make money. So with you helping other people make money, it opens up another way for you to make money. So now you're at 3 streams of income and you're helping someone else make money, whether they're a business partner, employee, or franchise, or whatever the case may be, right? So even if we don't call him a king yet, what's happened? He's now creating opportunities for other people to flourish in life. So his kingdom is being taken care of, and he's showing the skills to be able to really help other people, which is important, because in order to be respected and to be loved, that needs to happen, right? So then you go into, all right, you now have 1 franchisee. You may develop some other skills, and you might start having an overflow from how good you're doing to where, let's say you start paying somebody to mow the lawn, so you're not mowing the lawn anymore. Now you've bought some time. So now you're paying somebody to mow the lawn. You've employed 1 person. You may have a business partner over here. So now you're helping 2 people. And you now have time back to explore other things. And you put yourself in a position where not only are you helping a lot of people before you take on a wife, but it keeps you competing with yourself, because you want to improve so that way you can theoretically buy your time back, and then you're able to spend that time with the people that you love.
You know what I thought about?
What?
I
What
thought
you think
about that as in terms of like, hey, you starting off as like the chief of a tribe.
Yeah.
And then you're getting that tribe to go from living in the bushes
Yep.
to, finding a way to have goods in which to trade. And then,
Okay.
the idea of like, paying the guy that's landscaping, right?
Yeah.
Your landscaper, that's the guy who now becomes the merchant for the city. He learns what he needs to do to be a major portion of helping develop what will soon be your nation, right? Had to get it.
Nice.
Then from there, you go from those small pockets
Right.
of, okay, well, we got 1 merchant.
Yep.
Now we got this merchant we're bartering around with other tribes. We're the only people that's got this stuff.
Yep.
Now we're gonna start expanding this out to maybe other things, right? Maybe other possible uses for people, creating more opportunities for those people.
Right.
You still only have your tribe,
Yes.
but now you have a tribe that's giving you the ability to start working towards building a community, which might end up to being a town, which eventually you get to the point where you are the leader of a group, right?
Yeah.
And that group can be your family structure in modern times,
Yeah.
right? Or, that could be you starting to work on an empire.
Yeah.
You get enough people facilitated behind you. You get enough of what I like to call your game plan
Yeah.
in store.
Yeah.
Then the next thing all you have to really worry about after that is making sure that your game plan is something that somebody else wants to be a part of. And then that's when you start to really get people to buy into your ideas, buy into your game plan. Essentially, in the modern world, that's how you get her to want to step into the shoes of being your queen, right? She wants to, now she sees that, oh, you got stuff going on for yourself. And it's like, oh, yeah, well, you know what? I got something going for myself.
Yeah.
He's really got good plans. He's got a good head on his shoulder. He's a leader amongst men.
Yep.
If he can lead those men, he can lead me.
Yep.
And sometimes it doesn't require you to have a business all to yourself.
Sure.
I mean, that's an easy way to see it, but I mean, you could be working for somebody.
You
but
can be. Yeah.
What are you doing with those earnings, right?
Yeah.
Are you putting your family in a position? Are you putting yourself in a position to
Right.
be set up to take care of a family?
Yeah.
To maybe start building on your empire, be it getting a house,
Right.
Getting a chariot, so y'all got transportation. It could be numerous things that could be fillers for those situations.
True.
And I think that a lot of the times it's not as hard to become the king that you need to become.
It's not.
And it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be glorified by those around you, right?
That's right, because you could become a king on any level, because the things that you're able to handle and take care of within your scope, within your pay grade, within your tax bracket, or however you want to call it, they're still the same. They may not be on the same level as someone else, but they're still the same. Like you said, you've created opportunities for others. You've made it to where people can readily identify that you can help them get to the next level.
Exactly.
And when you can make it to where you can readily identify that people can readily identify that you can get them to the next level, they can, like you said, they can get behind you. And then it's off to the races, King.
Exactly. And I think that's one of those things that is kind of not looked at as highly, right?
Yeah.
Not as many people want to be a king that nobody knows about.
Right.
And they're wanting to be recognized as a king for all the wrong reasons.
Right.
And it's like, a true king, they're just there to play their position, right?
That's true.
The prince, when he becomes the king,
Yep.
when he defaults to the king,
Right.
He ain't necessarily wanting that to happen.
That's true.
Unless it's, he's a grown man. But, he's not ready to just, I just want my father to die so I can just take over the country.
Yeah.
That's not how it happens most of the time, right? Most of the time, people have something in place.
Yes.
And they get to that point before they ever decide, hey, I really think I'm ready to take the reins.
Yeah. There's a lot of different things that happen as far as before a prince becomes a king. In most cases, unless you have like a sudden death, there's a lot of training that goes into that, man. A lot of things they have to look after. A lot of things they have to take care of. Oh, whoa. I was trying to go low?
Yeah, I thought she was going low.
Nah, man. So yeah, usually princes, they're going to school, they're joining the military, they're learning a lot about their country. There's a lot of things going on before they become king, so that way they can be up to speed. Because a lot of times to run a nation, the game plan hasn't changed unless there's something like they need to modernize it or something of that nature. The game plan's the same.
Mm-hmm.
You're ruling the country and now you're maintaining it. It's just like the family business. If you really want to look at it, they're just, it's just a bigger business.
Indeed.
Dealing with a lot of people.
You'll get that respect. And I think that's something else that is, once again, it's glossed over, right?
Right.
That respect that you're looking to achieve by calling yourself a king or being called king,
Yeah.
have people look at you as king,
Mm-hmm.
that the kings will recognize the kings.
They will, yes.
You will get that respect once you're in that position.
And it doesn't have to be spoken to you.
No, it doesn't.
You'll hear your name come up. You will start to proceed. Your name will precede you.
Indeed.
And when people meet you, they'll hear about you first, and they'll hear about what you've done from others. And that's kind of like in pro wrestling. Pro wrestling, you spend a lot of time putting everybody else over and getting everybody else the limelight. And if you do that enough, when your time comes and you put in the work and you're ready to hold the position, then other people that are at that part of the journey, they're going to put you over, because that's the nature of the business.
Don't get up.
I think you told me a little late.
Hey.
You could have warned me about that.
Hey, man, I'm trying to run the kingdom around here, all right? Got a family to feed.
Okay. All right.
But I do think there's definitely an overemphasis on the glory that comes with being a king, and not so much the responsibility, right?
True.
You know, a lot of people like, why would I want to be a king if I ain't gonna get nothing for being a king? Nobody gonna recognize me, right? It's like, those who want fame over riches, right?
Right.
I don't want to be a movie star and be rich if nobody knows me. Or I don't want to be, but there's other people who said, look, I don't want to be famous if you can give me the money.
That's true, because I can do a lot more with that money. Well, some people can do a lot more with the money. Some people can do something with the fame, But, yeah, in most cases, I'll take the money first, because there are a lot of opportunities out there that I can handle if I've got the money.
And becoming the king is kind of like having the possession to the money, right? It's like, okay, yeah, if everybody wants to, if everybody wants the fame that comes along with being said, king.
Well, everybody wants to rule the world. Didn't they make a song? Wasn't that a song? Isn't that it?
That is true.
There's a lot of responsibility with ruling the world, so it's not something that everybody would want to do. If they were really given the keys, they'd be like, whoa, I didn't know it was going to be all this involved. I didn't know it was going to be this mundane and boring, and I was going to have to talk to a lot of people, and I was going to have to listen to and consider a lot of things and look at consequences. And Iceman, on the subject of getting over, it seems that way, but Cena has put a lot of people over. And he did put a lot of people over before he came back from that Royal Rumble and became Superman Cena. Because we've got that time, heel Cena, my favorite, the Doctor of Thugonomics Cena, he put a lot of people over. And he hit a lot of people with that chain too, so I'm fine with that.
I forgot about the chain.
Listen, man, he was cracking people with that chain. It was beautiful. And then when he was the prototype, he was putting a lot of people over. So Cena, he did his time. It wasn't televised, but he did his time. Doctor of Thugonomics, man. And he was so much fun in that role.
I almost don't even really remember. I remember the chain. I don't really remember the Thugonomics, though.
All right, man, we can do that. Yeah, we can definitely do that. Because I think wrestling and real life, I think they intersect a whole lot, and people don't see it. So I think that conversation would be nice. Oh, man.
I do think that a lot of the times, like I said, the idea of being a king without the responsibility, it's like everybody want to be Michael Jackson, but nobody want to, they still want to go to the house. They want to still go to Kroger and not have no problems, right?
Yeah.
People want the benefits that come along with those responsibilities and those titles, the recognition a lot of the time, right?
Yeah.
And we've been talking about it really just like I said, as a colloquialism.
Right.
But even having the titles, right? Like, you hear stuff like, oh, I'm gonna be the king of rap, right?
Yeah.
You're the king of rap. What have you done to deserve that title? And then if you're going to be that, do you know what it means to actually keep that as keep that title? Being a king of rap requires that you're gonna have to be a very good performer. You're gonna have to hit a couple checklists to sufficiently fill that title.
True.
This man tried to get slick on him.
Man, I'm trying to lead.
Got him.
I actually wasn't trying to do that, but that's... Listen, I shouldn't have tried to do anything. That was my fault. That was me. It's me. A princely error, because I wasn't...
That was king shit?
No, I wasn't operating to try to maintain the throne there.
I do believe, like I said, a lot of the times, people want to have these titles because they like what comes along, right? The glory of being a king. I mean, we all attempted with the idea of like being looked at with high esteem, high regard.
Right.
And it's it's a human trait. It's a human. I would almost say it's the nature of the human of a modern human
Yes.
to seek the approval of others, right?
Yes. And seeking the approval of others that's kind of tricky, because when have people who sought the approval of others carried out their own vision? Those two usually don't align, because if you're trying to make sure that someone else thinks highly of you, and that's your goal, then it's hard to say that you're going to do something substantial in order for someone to think highly of you. It's like making good grades in school. It's very nice, but if you do it for the reason that you want people to be proud of you, it's hard to succeed at that. Oh man,
Good stuff.
you tried to.
I tried to cap that dome.
Yeah, man. Nah, I need. Oh,
Nice.
oh yeah.
That was good. That was good. That was good.
Tried to parry the unparryable, sir. Oh, okay. You said you're not afraid to stay down there?
Nah. I got some friends that hang out downstairs.
Okay.
Nice, nice, nice.
Oh.
Hey man, I'm back there.
Oh, okay. All right.
Put that leg down, dog.
All right.
There ain't no king shit.
Okay. So, if we talk about responsibilities that are necessary in order to be a king, what do you think are some of the highlights that make someone readily identifiable for the position?
I think in modern times, definitely have to be a leader of sorts, right?
Okay. All right.
No matter what it is that you're trying to be a king in, you need to be able to have provide of some sort of I want to say you have to be of damn, I'm trying to kill you. There we go. All right, back to what I was saying.
Mm-hmm.
If you are going to be a king, leadership, provision, you need to be almost the prophet of a situation, meaning you need to have the foresight. These are things that I feel will make you deserving of a title like kingship, right? To give you a good example, even like earlier, to be the king of rap.
Right.
To be a king of rap, you need to have foresight on how music is going, right?
Okay. Yeah.
You need to have foresight on how to control it, how to make good music. You need to be well-rounded. You need to be a leader amongst those in the production studio.
Right.
If you got writers, you need to have a good grasp on, making your sound be the quality sound that everybody wants to hear. Those are things that that a lot of people don't even think about when they talk about they want to be the king, right? They just think, oh, I made a fire song, I'm gonna be the king. And that ain't how it works. And that's pretty much like that in any other situation.
Okay. Now, the king of rap, do you believe the king of rap should be able to provide opportunity to other up-and-coming rappers?
They do. If they can't provide that specifically, they
Right.
are going to provide an inspiration or a beacon by which others can then take that and make a way for themselves.
Okay.
But more than likely, you can't be the king if you don't have any subjects.
Right. That goes back to what we were talking about right at the beginning. If you don't have any subjects, then what are you the king of? Makes sense. Ooh. Oh, you got under there like that? Oh.
Nice. Oh, you over it.
Oh, yeah.
Over the mountain.
Yeah, I couldn't do that. Oh,
You tried it.
I did. Because
I was in there. I was in his face.
yeah, popped you before, so I figured, that's where we were going. Oh. Oh,
I would also say another quality of a king would be, being able to take counsel and do so in a way that is going to be useful,
yeah.
not just to you, but to those around you, right? You need to be useful to everyone around you, in whatever the field is, right? You
Okay,
are,
I'm with it.
if we just go back to the example, you be the king of rap. That's cool. That's a cool title to have.
Right.
But then when I ask you about helping me with some bars, you don't even know how to construct a bar.
Oh, that's a problem. Yeah.
I don't know what kind of king you are, right?
Right.
When I say, hey, can you, we need you to perform, and you're like, oh, well, listen, dog, I can't perform. I only do written songs in the lab, in the stew. I can't really perform like that. Well, you can't be the king, bro. You got obvious deficiencies that would not suffice as a king of anything. Right?
True.
If you take that and you stretch it out to like being a family, right? Because that's normally where it's very easy to see.
Yes.
Right? Being able to be a prophet, having foresight for the family. Where's this family going in the future, right? What are
Right.
the plans? What are the goals? Hell, what are we going to be doing for the summer?
True.
Like, these are all things that, they don't seem like very much, but they are definitely very important factors in becoming a king, right? Being able to take care of a family,
True.
providing, having your domain in order.
Yeah.
The fact that the queen ain't gonna have to be worried about going out there and fighting the wars,
Right.
because you got the cavalry already set up.
That's very important. Very important.
You already have that line of reasoning taken care of.
Yeah.
All of these things are integral to being a good king, right?
I would think so, because how can you expect peace at home if both parts of the royalty are gone and fighting the war? It's very hard to say that peace will be at home when the peacemaker can't be there.
Indeed. When the barbarian's at the door, what you gonna do?
Yep.
Ooh, barbarian at your door, bro.
Yeah, I thought. Oh.
No.
You got to beat him back.
There you go. Now listen, the barbarian's knocking. 1 knock, 2 knocks. Uh-oh, he knocking. Oh, he knocked.
Oh, buddy.
He knocked. He in the door. He in the fortress now.
Oh, he's in there?
He's in there. Now he looking for your wife, bro. What's going on? What the queen gonna do?
Oh,
I heard
no.
she be giving out great advice.
Well.
Her knowledge game is A1.
Oh, yeah. That's why I married her.
All right, well, let's see what's gonna happen here.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was almost nasty. Should have pulled the trigger on it. Oh, okay. So you beat me back out the door.
Yeah. I need you outside, man. I
You
can't
need
have
me
you.
outside?
I can't have you in the living room. I can't. None of that.
All right, hold on, man. I think I see some cracks in the armor, bro. I need to come see what's up.
Nah.
Got him. Oh no, sir.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we're all in the living room now, Doug. We're in the living room now, bro.
Okay, man. All right.
I hear some water in the shower.
Nah.
I hear some water in the bathroom. I'm about to go in the shower and see what's up. I'm about to rip the curtains down, Doug. It's bad news.
Nah.
Barbarians in the gate.
Nah. Oh, that's not -14 anymore? That's beautiful. All right.
No, it is. It's just probably too far.
Oh, that's a good step. Just got that shower, too.
Hey, we got to see what's going on in the shower, Doug. Uh-oh. Let me in the door, dog.
Uh-oh.
He let me in. Damn. We're not equipped.
Whoa!
Let me in.
with you?
Oh, this
You
nigga.
forgot who I am?
Oh, I'm in there now. I'm in the shower. What's going on, girl? What's happening with you? You had your king out there. Now the king that got dropped off. Look, he's hanging his head down low.
Oh no, we gotta fix it.
You dropped this crown. You dropped your crown, king.
Oh, we're about to knock yours off, though.
Huh? No, I'm wearing your crown now, dog.
no.
What's going on?
Oh no, we gotta
I'm
fix
in here
that.
with my feet up on your throne, bro. I'm sitting on your throne.
Oh no, we gotta fix it.
Uh-oh. She see all these jewels I got, bro. She see my kingdom's looking real good around here. She heard about us on Kingdom Times, bro.
Kingdom Times, dog.
Kingdom Times.
Ooh, Kingdom Times. Oh man,
okay.
It's a bad article, dog.
Hey man, Kingdom Times, man, they be putting us on the front cover.
Front cover.
King of the year. Ooh, nice. Oh, now, hold on, bro. You trying to push me back outside? No,
Oh,
sir.
okay.
Oh, no time. No time.
No time. All right.
Girl, what you looking like in that shower over there?
Yeah, I gotta get you outside though. I gotta get you back outside. Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what happened to my fleet, bro? They let me get hit in the back like
Listen,
that?
dog. They say you get donkey punched, dog, trying to get in the shower.
Oh, there we go.
Up. Up.
Nice.
Trying to move over there.
I try to reach around, see what she was talking about.
I don't go low again.
Oh, I was looking for
No,
it too.
man.
I was looking for
Pulling the rug from you, dog. Pulling the rug for you. You run into the bathroom. I'm trying to pull the carpet out.
Oh, double
Uh-oh.
double. No. We break that. Don't let the barbarian in there, dog. The barbarian has not succeeded. Oh, it's over.
Oh, got him with the trade.
No.
Got him with the trade. Look at him standing strong.
No.
I had to pull you back out, man. I had to pull you back out.
No. He pulled us back out.
Things are becoming threatening, so I had to. No, we gotta have to.
It's good.
Gotta
Look,
defend
your
that.
Your queen is protected. She's safe back there, dog. She's safe in there, dog. But nonetheless, man. Listen,
Got too close with seeing the silhouette. I couldn't even have that.
yeah, I was seeing. She was looking thick in there too, dog.
Hey, man.
When y'all get this running water, bro? We just bumped up out of goddamn tribal, bro.
Hey.
We just got up out the tribe.
Man. Everybody's known for their technological feats. Ours just happened to be because we wanted that shower.
We just got water, bro.
Well, you'll get there one day.
Hey, man, we about to see what's up. I see you got that big old statue in the back of your lady, dog.
Yep.
Hey, she everywhere, dog. How many of these concubines you got around here, bro?
You got a few, man. When you can afford to take care of them, you know what happens? They don't talk back to you about it.
I see.
Oh no, you look at you ducking.
I looked at too long.
Look at you
I
ducking.
looked at too long.
Yep. Oh man.
I mean, I'm looking around at all these nice things. Gold trim on the walls.
Oh, you ducking that? Oh
Yeah.
no.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
no.
We gotta make sure everything's happening right.
Yeah.
No, sir.
Oh.
That was nice.
Oh no.
That was nice.
Give it all to me. Oh, the dragon kick.
No.
Oh no.
Bro, ever since I tried to come in your house and fill up on your woman, bro, you been tripping, dog.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got hit by it. Here we go. Well, there used to be a launcher back in the day. Boy, I remember that. No, sir. Oh, I thought I was out of the stance. Damn, I might die for this jump. Oh, my God. You know what I just tried? I tried to wall standing for that jump.
What? What? What?
Forgot who I had. For a
Oh
second.
no, you're the wrong character, man. See, I had to get you out of there, man, because we were doing real well till you told me about that you were #1 in royalty times, man. I mean, I should have gotten that for running water.
Listen, bro.
I should have gotten it. How did you get? How did you get #1?
Expansion. We've been collecting tribes all up and down the East Coast.
Oh man.
We got a whole empire on the way, dog. We got elephants. We got all kind of shit. We ain't got no running water.
So it's stank. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, we just come over here and we just take everybody else shit. That's what we do.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, well. Because running water, we need that because everybody smells better.
I mean, y'all can have that running water shit, but we about to come take it. Whoa. Is that what that water do? Is that what the water do?
Oh yeah.
Got me. Good stuff.
Oh yeah. Help.
Yeah, man, I need to see the water do though.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh.
We're gonna keep trying it.
We're trying it?
Yeah, we trying to bust them walls down.
Oh man. Okay, we've got back one out here. Okay, all right. Keeps trying to expand. Oh, whoa.
Delay on him.
Delay the duck. Okay.
Delay on him.
Okay. Oh.
Okay. Oh no, not the biggest kick in the world. They pulled the catapult out on me.
Well, I was like, he's gonna duck finally, but no.
No.
You stayed true. You said in your empire, I saw in the code, you don't duck.
Hey, listen,
I saw that.
we ducking sometimes.
Oh.
Oh shit, that was one of them times.
Oh, okay.
The catapult came out. We need to duck behind cover, bro. Oh no. Oh, okay, that was bad news.
Oh no.
Not only do y'all got shower water, y'all got golden shower water.
Yeah,
gold on the walls.
Hey, listen, man.
And showers.
Yeah, that's why we drink a lot of water. We got to make that stuff happen, man. We got to stay hydrated, sir.
That's looking rough for us.
You got elephants. You got the cavalry, but they thirsty.
Hey man, we're gonna go get that. You ever seen 300? We're gonna get that boy Xerxes.
Mm-hmm.
Bring him up out here.
Mm-hmm.
He got all the ninjas and shit.
Okay. I've seen it. Listen, the 4 Sparta kick. I just had that personal trainer over here, Doc.
Hey.
He had to show us how to do that 4 Sparta kick.
We don't do kicks. We just give folks these hands.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh. Oh. Oh.
Nice.
Oh.
That's that Sparta?
That's that Sparta kick, Doug. You see what happens? You see why that trainer was so valuable?
I see. Listen, man. Let me show you the king, dude.
Okay.
Let me show you the king, dude.
All right.
Oh, he be breaking throws. Now, come on now. All right, now kings, you gotta be prepared to punish you. There you go.
Okay.
Do king shit. Do king shit.
Okay.
Send his ass to the wall.
Uh-huh.
Oh no.
We hit him with that Sparta kick, dog. I'm getting my money out that.
Where the hole at?
Huh?
Where the hole at, bro? I gotta be able to get up out the hole. Oh, that's bad news.
No.
Oh, this is bad news.
Listen, I got to get my money, my gold worth out of that personal trainer, though. That's all well and good.
Oh,
See that?
No, the
You see
Sparta.
that? You see that?
I see. It's getting a lot of work, bro. It's getting a lot of
Ah.
mileage.
Got
Got it.
Uh-oh.
SB dunks. That's what we called it.
Oh, I'm about to hit you with the.
No, sir. No, sir.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at the work.
Not the delay. Not the delay.
Look at the work.
Telling you, man. That personal trainer.
Dang, you trying to get into them? You trying to get into the
Hey,
King time?
We're marching over. We're marching
Kingdom
over.
times, bro.
Listen,
You trying to get into Kingdom times?
I wanted them elephants, so I offered them some running water. Now they're squirting water at all of the cavalry that you've got.
I see you out there, bro.
Yeah.
Listen, dog.
Going crazy.
No, we about to expand.
Next time we getting some tomatoes out of this joint, man. I seen them tomatoes that y'all be growing. I don't know how you do it without water, but I figured,
We got water. We don't got running water.
Oh, okay.
We got water that we confiscate from various countries. And we come take over. You see what I'm saying? We
Okay.
over the top with it. You see that? Over the top.
Okay.
Oh, dog.
I just come in and close like that.
Okay. Oh, so y'all got long combos on the menu.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, I tried it. I
He
did.
tried it.
I
we
did.
was downstairs.
Listen, I tried the snake edge. I
We
was
was
like,
in the
listen.
dungeon. We coming up from the dungeon, bro.
Yeah.
Oh no, the king wasn't prepared.
Uh-oh.
He was prepared that time.
Oh,
the king's
nice.
there. The king's ready.
Oh.
Yeah, the
okay.
king is ready.
Oh, you're down there?
Yeah, we in the dungeon, dog.
Oh.
We the dungeon family. No. Oh, he ran into it.
No.
We pulled out them catapults, bro.
Okay.
Look at that. The boy touched his leg from super far away. How was that not a counter hit if it hit you? I guess it was a whip punish.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
I still get that. Off the conversion? I get all of it? All of it?
Looking, dog. I'm gonna get back over there by where your queen at, bro. I'm sorry. We got a thing for her over there, dog.
Oh, no!
Oh, we in here. No, we in here.
Oh, okay.
I don't think this is gonna work. Woo, but that will.
Nice.
That will. We in the dungeon.
Nice. What's up, K-Dash?
What's going on?
How's it going?
Now back to this topic, man.
All
You know what I'm saying? Because we done strayed off a little bit. It was king battles right
We
here.
did.
We had a little king battle here.
I'd show you how that running water do, man. I'd show it. Show it to you.
I see. But getting back to it, now, what are ways we talked about being a king without, becoming a king without having the king title yet?
Right.
What about being a queen? What do you think are things that are focal points that a woman could work on to become a queen before she gets the title?
The ability to listen well is very important because in the role of queen, in a lot of cases, like I said, you're going to be PR. You're going to be handling a lot of the policy that you and the king have discussed. So you being able to listen well and articulate your king's vision, super important. Along with being able to listen well, diplomacy is important. You've got to know how to be able to really talk to people. You got to be able to read the room. A good queen, you can take her to a business function, and she's going to make you look 100 times better than what you could look like on your own. So, and that's just by talking to other people. She's able to spread the word. She's able to herald your coming. So, let's say in a business sense, you go to that business dinner and your queen's walking around and she's making you look like you can walk on water. So when you get to the golf course and you need to close the deal's already closed because they think so highly of you based off of she's been telling your exploits and your previous adventures, your previous deals, the things you've been able to accomplish in life, how you really fit the build of what they need. And she's done that before, you've been able to talk to her or they've been able to talk to you. So listening skills important. Diplomacy, very important. you want to have peace in your kingdom. So you don't want a warring queen. You don't want Xena, warrior princess. You don't want that. But even if you look at the TV show Xena, she really wanted peace. She was trying to help people get to a better place. But the reason that she didn't have a partner for too long is because that's just not something where a man could help her. Just not the case. Her vision was so strong that wasn't something where she could really stay under another man's game plan for that long. So we've got listening, we've got diplomacy. She's got to be disciplined. The reason that's very important is because kings are disciplined, and you can't have the king being disciplined and then have chaos on the other end. That just won't work out for the kingdom. So discipline is very important. Being able to do what you say you're going to do, being able to, if you feel like you have emotions, you have to be able to, recognize those emotions, but you have to be able to, operate outside of them. And that's very important because a lot of times emotions can turn into bad decisions. And you can't afford to plague the kingdom with bad decisions.
That's true.
Oh, no, not
like that one.
Oh, man.
That's a very bad decision. Now they all knocking at the door.
Hey, listen, man, the gut, man, that was rough.
That was good.
Oh!
Yeah, we came back for more.
Came back in there with the same thing. Oh, no.
Gave him a little bit.
Oh. You tried to hit me with the death? Oh, man. Oh, okay. All right. I definitely gave that to you.
We needed it. That was foresight on the king's part.
That was.
So you last stated she needs to have an ability to listen.
Yep.
She needs to have an ability to coordinate, I would think is definitely one.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
I feel like another thing that is very valuable is being able to not only listen, but also follow up and follow through with instructions.
Yes.
Also delegating those instructions.
Yes.
If necessary. Delegating tasks properly.
Right. I think a good queen is very detailed oriented, because there are going to be things that happen in the grand vision where she's really going to work it out herself, because most kings are not they're not micromanagers. What they are they're just results based. So they just want the job done. They don't care how it's done. They just want the job done. So being detail oriented, like you said, being able to delegate things. So if it's something she's not skilled of, to procure someone who can take care of it for the kingdom, super important trait. And if you notice, all of the traits help for a peaceful home, because there's less thinking and less chances for arguments or confrontation, because everything is being handled in its own way. So easier to have peace when you can have a grand game plan, have goals, and have both people doing their part, so that way the goal is achieved faster than it would be alone. Because outside of creating an heir, that's really the main reason that people get together.
Yeah.
Is to be able to accomplish a goal much faster than they could by themselves. Because otherwise they'd be together. They wouldn't be together, I mean.
Yeah, and I mean, that's definitely something we talked about last time, right?
Yeah.
Doing things with a purpose, Like when I run over here and I hit you with this low, okay, it was for a purpose.
Yeah. You wanted to show off that I could defend the low.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure that you was cognizant of my willingness.
Oh, like I knew you were willing.
Yeah, I'm willing.
I knew you were in the Royal Times. Remember?
Yeah, I was.
I
I was in
knew.
Royal Times. They told y'all all about me.
Yep.
That's why I got this purple on.
I mean, that makes sense. It's a very royal color. Oh
Uh-oh.
no.
The royal
Oh,
backhand.
Oh, I definitely thought I heard you hit a button.
You heard me press the D-pad.
That's true. It's true. Even through the headphones.
Clickety clack.
Nice. Oh, okay. Nice.
There we go. Put
Nice.
the pressure on him. Now the king got to be able to deal with pressure.
Now, okay, Iceman. Interesting topic. So, it's funny because there used to be charm school and things to actually help with this skill, because keeping peace is a skill. It's not a trait. Because you have to really, really want the good of the kingdom or the good of the household to prevail in order to want to keep peace. So that means you have to have something that's greater than yourself in you, or you understand the goals, the vision so well that you're willing to forego things. I think some people call this the ability to sometimes stay quiet. Oh no, you gave it to me?
What about the ability to break some damn throws?
Oh well, there's a training for that too at
TTU.
TTU.
They'll
So,
hook you up.
yeah, man.
Now you spoke on it being a skill to be peaceful. Can you explore that a little bit more?
Sure. So I think one of the most important things about peace is that peace has a lot of different ways that it manifests in life. But in a household, there are a lot of things that are going to go on, and not everything needs to be spoken of. And that goes for both men and women. There's lots of stuff that is going to happen, and you just have to deal with it. Both people shouldn't try to put their opinion on the other person all of the time. It's probably one of the most oppressive things you can always do is try to always correct someone and try to be right or try to make the situation better. But some situations are already good. Whenever you're in a situation where your opinion always has to be heard, it can definitely signal that the other person isn't important enough for their portion of the vision or task to be carried out. And you can't have dissension like that, because that kind of resentment is what causes people to defect. Because the only thing you got to have at that point is someone who says, hey, well, you know what? You're important to me. And as soon as somebody hears that, oh, buddy, that definitely puts you in a really risky position. Risky. Ooh. I'll do that again. I'll do it again.
No.
I'll do that from the range. Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of times defection, like when people defect, oftentimes it's an emotional response to something. Rarely is someone defecting always affecting because of bad policy. They're usually defecting because they feel a certain way. And that could be that they feel like they're not being taken care of. That could be like, lots of reasons that they could feel that way. But tripped him. Thought that was coming up. So what do you think about peace being a skill?
I definitely think it is definitely something that has to be learned. I think a lot of people want to be peaceful,
Right.
just don't often pull it off.
Okay.
And that is probably the aspect that makes it a skill, right?
Yes.
The practice of it is something that I think a lot of people don't even have an experience with the practice of it. Because how do you practice something like being peaceful without being in the situation? You know, that's one of those things that I think you have to learn that in the process of doing so, right?
Right.
In the process of attaining it.
Yes.
You know, a lot of people, they are in a situation where they haven't seen it before.
Mm-hmm.
They don't come from it. They weren't taught it. And if you're not bringing peace to the household, I can see how that can be a disruptor. It creates an extra stress.
Right.
And that is something I believe, yeah, I could look at that as a skill. I think it's like anything else. You know, if you want to be peaceful, you know, maybe it's not in your nature to be a, you know, I think peaceful, some people might even think that means being highly agreeable. It's not even necessarily being highly agreeable as much as it is, you know, doing things with the proper tact. Doing things that, you know, you don't have to necessarily, you might have an issue.
Right.
But, you know, knowing when to bring that issue up. Knowing when it's an important time, or when there's downtime to be heard, right?
Right.
Because sometimes you find yourself in there trying to, you know, fight all of the goddamn battles.
Yeah.
Everyone that came up. And you really don't have to do that, right? You know, it's like playing Tekken, right?
Yeah.
You don't got to block every low.
No, just the one that'll kill you.
Just the ones that it matters.
Right.
You know, in the moments where it matters. Otherwise, you know, you're trying to be down there to duck all the lows.
Right.
You're going to get hit by a big ass mid.
That's true.
The one that you didn't want to get hit by, right?
Right.
You keep, you know, in the same vein of conversation, you know, if you're trying to, you know, for the sake of running things more smoothly, you decide, hey, I want to tell you about how, you know, you smacking too much.
Okay.
And then, hey, you know, you don't fold the clothes up the way I like the clothes to get folded up. Or,
right.
you know, you leave your drawers by the bed, or you uncleaning your plate, or like, it's like, okay, listen, these have their time and place. All of those can be assessed and talked about and dealt with.
Right.
But, you know, he just came home from work,
Mm-hmm.
and you want to get on his ass about, I don't know, changing the batteries on a light or something. That could build up and become a household that is no longer peaceful for him to dwell in, right?
Right.
That becomes a situation where it's not necessarily that you needed, it was that particular low that you needed to block, right?
Right.
It was the fact that you decided to block that low by the wall when they could wall splat you with a big mid.
Right.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh, you got disconnected. Okay.
Where's the cord? Oh, okay. I see what happened.
You know, in that vein, it's like, all right, well, guess what? Now you've created a situation where your small issue has created a much more contentious situation.
Yes. We're back in there.
Yeah, you're back in there. All right. A much more contentious situation where it didn't need to have that contention, and you still could have got that issue dealt with properly.
True.
You know, and I think that that's where it comes into the point where it is definitely a skill.
I agree. You know, and lots of things take practice, and most people, especially if you're doing things in good faith, will be very understanding of your practice, because that's just how life is. You know, but oh man, I was headhunting there. Oh, you know, so just like keeping peace is an act, like you said, there's a time and place for a lot of things, and a good rule of thumb for a lot of things that you want to talk about is it something where I will leave over it? you want to gauge this. You want to gauge your grievances because you want to make sure the high level ones can be addressed first. Because if things are good and then you have just a low level grievance, then you can mention that in jest and then see where it goes. And but if it's something that's very important, you don't want everything to appear to be important. Because just like you said, you fight every battle, then all of a sudden someone doesn't even want to come home. They're just like, listen, I know what's going to happen when I come home. It's going to be a frustrating tug of war. And visions are broken over stuff like that. And then no one gets what they want, which is even, more disastrous.
I think that these are all important portions of, they add so much more value to the words king and queen, right?
Yes.
When you have all of these things intact, then it starts to sound like royalty is residing, right?
Right.
Now you're sounding like somebody worthy of having a crown that could have dropped, that it needs to be picked up,
Yeah.
It's very, like I said, it's very, it becomes more than just a self-esteem builder. It becomes something that is something that can be seen, observed,
Yes.
and that's when you start to get that respect paid to you by those around you, the other kings who see how you're moving, right?
That's right.
They recognize that. A lot of the times that faux respect that you're looking for,
Yeah.
for getting that title of being a king, that's all it is. It's just a faux respect. It's not real. It's not of any substance. You're getting a name.
True.
What's in that name?
Oh.
Absolutely nothing.
The low that mattered.
Was the low that mattered, right?
Nice one. Oh. So now we can't have that.
No, can't have it. Can't have it. Have your hands off. Hands off.
Okay. All right. All right. So we just covered peacemaker. Very, very important skill. Okay. I think for a king, just to double back to king, we haven't really talked about vision enough, because I think that's very important. Because one, you have to have a vision, and with that vision, you also, as a king, you should be able to articulate your vision to anyone. Because how are they going to measure whether you're worth following if they don't understand your vision?
That's true. And that was one of the things also I think we talked about last time, right? You need to know what you are wanting,
Right.
so that they can see if they want to follow it.
That's right. Right.
That's one thing that I think that a lot of kings, peasants, jacks, court gestures,
Yep.
a lot of them fail in that aspect, right? It's one of the weaker portions of, I find, many people trying to get to that king throne, right? Maybe not kings. Kings, they'll have this quality, but those trying to get to that aspect.
Oh, really? I tried to take your head off.
Yeah, you
right
try
there.
to Sparta me, bro.
Yeah, listen. I gotta get. Oh,
you get one. You get one.
listen. I have to get that personal trainer. I gotta get my money's worth with that. Oh, you knew right then. I knew right then.
You
That
knew
was
right
vision.
then?
Yeah.
That was vision. See,
That was vision.
That's vision in order.
I was like, I had to come with that mitt because I knew foolishness was happening. Uh-oh.
No, break.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no. Big kicks.
Uh-oh.
That's it.
Oh.
The longest combo.
The longest. Oh, no. Uh-oh. You've got the timing?
Yeah, I figured it out.
Okay. Okay. Uh-oh. Oh, that was
Caught him in
nice.
the air.
That was nice.
There we go. We had foresight.
Vision was blocked. Vision was blocked. But having vision, okay, so with having vision, vision is important because vision is beyond the person telling it to you. You see something in what they're projecting that it has to be able to include you, because if it doesn't include you, how can it be important enough for you to follow it? Because like Mike, if I come to you and I tell you, hey man, I'm in a quest to make a lot of money. That's it.
Going to be very, very, very hard for me to want to get engaged with it.
Right. I mean, we don't have a reason. You know, if I come to you and say, hey Mike, I really want to spread the lifestyle of one of the richest video game characters that I know, because what he has is repeatable in real life. Now that sounds fantastical, but you can easily understand where that can go, versus I just want to make a lot of money.
True enough.
You know, a lot of times when you're starting a business and you're pitching it to people, the biggest thing that you have to go on when you don't have any capital and you don't have any friends is your why. Your why. If your why is strong enough to make you cry, you know, you're in good shape. Oh man. Okay. You didn't want it that time. Okay. I had to wait. See. But I don't think that's spoken of enough, because all of these things actually rely on someone having vision. Because you can't have a plan without vision. And so you can't have goals without a plan. And you can't have executable steps without goals. And you can't be able to share tasks of those executable steps, you know, which wraps around to vision, because people have to understand what you want. Oh, I'm about to go all in on Mike. I'm about to do it.
Got him.
Ah.
Now, what I will say is,
Okay.
I think about vision. I think about, to your point, it's a process that has to be, I think vision, you have to think about leading the blind, right?
Right.
When you're coming with this vision, you have to be able to see the whole scope, the whole panoramic view of what's going to happen, what can happen, what roads are going to be led, that can be led down from this vision, whatever it is, right? Whether it's, hey, I want to have a family life. Because I want to have this family life, this is how I want my family life to be structured.
Right.
This is what we're going to do. We're going to have the house here before we have that happening. I'm going to make sure that we have an X amount of money is saved up. I want to make sure that we're living in a certain zip code for schooling. Like, all of these things could be portions of the vision that has to be that could be put in place well before any of the actions are even spoken about, right?
Right.
You know, just the idea of like, oh, okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I want to have a family. That's good. I mean, that's letting somebody know what's going down.
Right.
You know where you're headed.
Yeah.
But much to your point, telling me that you just want to make a lot of money. Yeah, I mean, that means a lot. To an extent, it gives me an idea of where you want to go. True. But it don't really tell me how you plan on getting there. And when you're talking about leading a kingdom, when you're talking about providing foresight, being the prophet for whoever it is that is under your command, then it's like, okay, well, I definitely have to come there with a little bit extra, right?
Right.
You know, I have to come in there with a game plan on, you know, what happens what are the fail safes?
Right.
Right. What if you can't get to this? are there other things in play that maybe that person can help work around? Are there ways that you can mitigate these issues? And once again, all of this stuff comes full circle, because once you have that information, it then becomes a thing that makes it easier for her to cooperate, for her to do her duties.
Yeah.
These things always intertwine with one another.
Yeah, they do. They do. And everyone being on board with the vision is so important, because then everyone can respect their role enough to carry things out, because everyone's role is important. Some roles may be replaceable, but if you're a well-oiled machine, then everyone knows their role, the importance of their role, and the rewards that come with executing their role. And so if you have that all laid out, that's how people follow you. That's why they're like, oh, okay, I can get down with this.
Nice.
Huh? I definitely wanted you to pop your head down. I was like, oh, he's about to do it.
No.
Listen. Oh, man.
Nice.
Oh, man.
That hurt a lot.
Yeah. Oh, the tech catch? Uh-oh.
Out. Father, reach your leg.
Listen. Oh, man.
Nice. The setup was there. I fell for it. I paid for it. All right, I need foresight. Oh, no.
Here we go.
Bop. Oh. All right, this is where a lot of things come into play right here.
Uh-oh. Oh!
I mean, we had a lot of plans there. I knew the Lowe's was coming.
I had to show you how you can work through things, even when it's, desperate times. I had to let you be able to show how you can work through it, how you can have a kingly plan.
Indeed. That's how I got on the Royal Times.
Oh, okay. Definitely wasn't for running water.
Nah, we said fuck that water.
What?
Oh, there we go. We persevered through the running water, or lack thereof.
Oh, fair enough. Okay, so vision. I think we've got a handle on vision. I think we've bounced back. Do you have any more for either of our royal avatars that would be very important that come to mind?
Well, I think that those really, when all consolidated together, I think they definitely they give you a good framework for each situation, right?
Yeah.
If we were to, I don't really know if I would add a lot of things, because it starts to get very specific.
I agree.
And maybe there are some other things, but I think those general ideas are things that will get you to where you need to be. And then once you get the crown, being able to maintain the crown is probably the last aspect, because unlike real deal monarchs and situations with royalty involved, oh man, good stuff, your crown can be lost.
It can be. It's kind of, we'll go back to pro wrestling. Becoming the champion a lot of times is easier than maintaining the championship. That even happens on Tyson's Punch Out. That happens a lot of things. You can, becoming the champion is really, it's not as difficult, because once you get it, people study your tapes.
Yeah.
People are really gunning for your style. They're trying to figure this out. They're like, how am I going to take the belt for this man? You become a very popular target. So, you know,
Look, folks be coming in here stealing my strats.
listen, yeah, that's how you know you're the champ. When people want to be like you, you know, they want to be like Mike.
Hey,
Don't you
yeah,
have a
man.
commercial like that?
I did, and I had some underwears.
Oh, fair enough.
Sorry for y'all that was on the fleets earlier today. Listen,
No.
I'm sorry. Meets ATL. Okay,
No.
don't worry about a thing. It was K's fault.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, you know. Oh, man.
Nice.
Oh,
Giving
man.
me what I need.
That need was there, man. But yeah, if you get the crown, so now you have the crown. So now the game begins.
Exactly.
Because what it takes to become king, the maintenance, oh man, that's a whole different story. That's a different adventure in itself. You know. And so you're basically working to execute things at a level. What's up, Mr. Tibbs? How's it going? To where by the time you become king, that you at least have systems in place to where, like we talked about before, vision is realized, roles have already been, you know, distributed. You have your number one. You have the queen's working for you. She's taking care of a lot of business. She's really, really handling things, so you don't even have to worry about there being a division in policy. Oh.
Okay. I was pressing the issue.
Man. You know, you have a lot of things going on by the time you become king. And you should have a lot of help because you have the people who believe in you. Because unless you're ruling by fear. Oh.
That used to be a thing.
Oh, I thought I nicked you with that. I hurt my feelings. But actually it did. I feel. Oh, okay. You had the foresight for the low?
I had it.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh, man.
That might cost me everything. No, I'm on the side.
Oh, nice. Very nice. That's sidewall. Uh-oh. Stomach.
Nice work.
We get this frame advantage. Oh. Oh, got it.
Nice.
Got it. Went down there one more time. Yeah, Mr. Tibbs, unfortunately, I work a lot. So I apologize, but it's good to see you. How's everything going for you?
Nice.
Uh-oh. Oh, that's what it is?
Waiting on it.
Listen, I thought you were going downstairs for that one.
No, we was waiting on that one. We was waiting on that one.
Okay, all right. Fair enough. I wonder if anybody has any questions for us tonight.
Hey, anybody want to reach out? Also, if you want to get on the line and you want to reach out, you can check us out on Discord. Let me by typing social in the link, I mean in the chat.
Okay.
Go to that Discord invite and go to call-in show, call-in invite show, and you could jump on the line. You could be a part of the show, or if you got questions from the chat, you could just type it in the chat, and we will address those as needed.
Oh yeah. I would love to hear everyone's opinion on this because this is it's something that I've noticed that a lot of people are in the business of feeling good. And I don't think that feeling good in a lot of cases can be productive. So, I'm curious to hear what everybody else thinks about this. Oh, nice duck. Uh-oh. Oh, okay.
Hey, get your hands off of me.
Unhand me?
Get your filthy hands off of me.
Oh. I'll give you that knee, though. Uh-oh. Oh. Oh, no. Oh,
you seen that play.
Oh, you seen? Oh, okay. What's that saying? Smooth seas do not make skillful sailors.
That's a good thing. Without the rough patches, some would argue. I forgot which it is. They teach that suffering is a part. It is just life. A life without suffering is not living.
And you know what's so bad about that? Because I just did the wrong wall ender.
Now you suffer.
Suffered. Needless suffering.
Hey.
And that's where lack of vision will get you.
Yeah, exactly. You imagine that was a decision that had your family. Right. On the brink. It's like, hey, this is going to make or break our family.
Exactly. I couldn't pick up my crown then.
Exactly. And so a good visionary learns to never put themselves in that situation.
Right.
A good visionary keeps themselves away from the wall at all times, right? A good visionary notices when they're off axis and they don't attempt to finish the conflict, right?
Right.
Likewise, a good visionary is not going to bet all the money on the stock market, right? They're going to know, hey, listen, there are good opportunities coming up here. We could be a part of it, but I'm not going to put it all on black. I'm not betting it all on black, not betting it all on red. I'm actually not even going to bet funds unless they are funds that we have that are extra. Oh, and then look at me, betting it all on black for no reason.
Oh. Ooh.
Try to get out of there.
Oh, man. I got you out of there.
Now I'm over here about a bad situation. Nice. Good, good. Down there 3 times?
Down there 3 times. Oh, I love it. When the going gets tough, the tough get going. There's definitely a reason that saying exists.
Oh, nice. Good.
Can't have down there in the dungeon anymore, man. I just got it renovated.
Hey, I heard that you be carrying all the dead bodies down here, though.
That's fair. Isn't that what all the kings do?
Put our enemies in the basement.
Yep.
Oh man. Apparently, this king don't be breaking no damn throat. Good stuff.
It's been worried about running water and elephants and stuff.
Yeah, he ain't got no time to be breaking nothing.
Nah.
All right, y'all. Well, listen, we're pulling up on the 2.5 hour mark. Listen, if you all are content with what you heard tonight, hopefully you picked up a lot. I know I picked up a lot.
I always enjoy your wisdom, sir.
Likewise, I love the topics that you bring into the table. Look forward to having more people joining the discussion. This is Tech and Talk. You know, the place where you come, we talk shit and take names. You know, that's how we do it around here. And we'll make this our last game for tonight, and we'll let you guys get on. We'll close out with some final statements, and we'll move you all along to the next. Not quite as entertaining, but might be entertaining. Person we can find.
Good luck with that.
Good games, good conversations.
That's what Tech and Talk's all about. Okay, so I think one of the main things that's really important about this whole discussion that we've had is royalty is ultimately responsible for the actions of many. And since you are responsible for the actions of many, your vision's got to be pretty tight, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You really got to be, you got to know where you want to go. You got to understand what it's going to take to get there. And you have to be able to really break things down so that way people who don't know you, they can get on board. It's like if you have a business, I say you should be able to explain your business to a 4-year-old. And the 4-year-old should be able to go talk about your business to anyone, and they'll be like, oh, okay. I see where they're going. They may not know the intricate details, but in one sentence, they can explain what's happening.
I know someone who says, explain things to me like I'm a C student. And I thought that was always a very clever way of saying, give it to me stupid.
Well, C student's average. So,
yeah.
you know, the main people you're also trying to reach is someone who may not have vision, but they can help you with yours. Or they may develop vision along the way with helping you with yours.
Good tutoring.
Yeah. So, yeah, if you can explain it to a C student, or if you can explain it to a child, then you have a good chance of getting your vision realized, because there'll be someone that's on their way that can help you. Oh, man. Definitely thought I got over that one. Good game, sir. Good games.
Listen, y'all. We had a great opportunity to talk tonight. Let's go over here to Lee Van Dam. Any closing statements?
Just keep working hard out there, because we're in some interesting times where, you know, honestly, we're being fed that there's no hope, and that's not true. Hope is actually something that is a result of hard work, because it gives you the opportunity to not only control your outcome, but be able to spread the good fortune to other people. And so I think that's really important now more than ever, that everyone's able to really just put their work in so they can really feel like they have control of their destiny. And then when your vision's realized, or you're able to help somebody else with their game plan, maybe you can be royalty. Maybe, you know, maybe you can fit the description, because lots of people can operate in royalty. It's not just for what we call the wealthy. It's for really anyone that can bear those traits. So when you see them, you're like, I see what's going on with him. I see what's happening with her. And you can really appreciate that and respect that on its own.
Indeed, indeed. All right, guys. Well, listen. Appreciate y'all coming out here. Listen, had a great time tonight. Great games, great conversations, talking shit, taking names, okay? You know what it is. Realm of the Real, only the real can chill. Appreciate everybody coming out. Look forward to having more discussions. Y'all know what it is. Check us out if you hadn't already. I know you saw scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Check us out on YouTube, TKN House, 2 words. And also, you know, if you want to hit that Cash App for the production, we keep it live around here. We're trying to keep shows running. We're trying to get guests popping. So if y'all want to have more discussions, more guests, different perspectives, you can hit that Cash App. That's $M1C Cash. Also, make sure you follow us on Twitter at TKN_house. Those are the places where you get the most updates about when we're streaming, when we're having events, when we're having these topics, when we're doing giveaways, all of that stuff. Make sure you check us out on all of those platforms. And much appreciation to you coming out here. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I enjoyed myself. You know what it is. Realm of the Real, only the real can chill.